Hello guys, my name is Amaan. I'm a legal intern at LEXIS and Company, and I'm from Faculty of Law, Delhi University, pursuing 3 years law. So the topic of my today's video is will be about a special leave petition or SLP. So if a concerned High Court refuses to certify as cases that they are not fit for appeal, or a party can speak for special leave to petition to file an appeal by invoking the extraordinary special appellate jurisdiction of the Supreme Court that is given under Article 136 of the Constitution. So under the 132 of the Constitution, it can be filed under two circumstances. First is the SLP can be filed against any judgment, order, decree of any high court or any tribunal. So SLP. Secondly, SLP can also be filed if the concerned high court declines to grant the certificate that this appeal is fit for appeal to the Supreme Court. So you can file it in the format of SLP and then take it to the Supreme Court. So however, SLP cannot be obtained to any challenge, judgment, or decree, sentence, order passed by any court or tribunal constituted by or under any law relating to armed forces that is given under 136 subclause 2. So the appeal in the form of a special leave petition can be made in a case where any substantial question of law is involved, or where gross injustice has been caused because of a judgment. Further, the judgment, order, decree against which the appeal is being made must have the character of a judicial dedication. This means a purely executive or administrative order or ruling cannot be considered a matter of relief appeal. So, if, for example, a Niti Aayog or a Finance Commission, they are executive body, they have passed a decision, you cannot go into the court by means of SLP and take remedy against it. So in plain terms, the SLP means taking off any special permission by individual for being heard in an appeal against the order, judgment, or decree passed by high court or tribunal. Therefore, SLP is not a type of appeal but a petition filed for an appeal. So once an SLP is filed, the Supreme Court may hear the matter, and if it considers fit, only then it may grant the leave and convert the said petition into an appeal. Thereafter, the Supreme Court will have the concerned matter and pass the ultimate judgment on it. So what are the limitations? So the limitation period for the SLP is laid down in the Supreme Court Rules 2013. The SLP has to be filed within 60 days in case the High Court refuses to give a certificate of fitness that is given by the High Court to appeal to the Supreme Court. So the period of 60 days is calculated from the date of order of refusal of the High Court. So in other cases, the limitation period is 90 days also from the date of judgment of the order challenged in the SLP. However, while computing this limitation period, the time period is spent in making the application to seek certificate in the High Court till it's rejected is to be excluded. That is to be excluded. So some of the important parts and clauses that you have to write in the SLP is first is the synopsis. It is the most important part in the entire SLP. So when the petitioner introduces a brief synopsis of the facts and issues presented in the case, it is something which is going to put the best of the case forward. So therefore we need to put a lot of effort into the synopsis in order to catch the eyes of the judges that how is this matter so important that an SLP should be granted on it. Then a brief of case should be given. Read all the pleadings document that the client had gone through the court subordinate to the Supreme Court, since an officer of the court is responsibility of an advocate to make sure that all the documents or pleadings annexed with the SLP as true and to the best of the knowledge. Then the list of dates and the events that have already occurred. Then cause title should also be there. Then the memo of parties, a full description and the address of the parties and their status in the court subordinate to the Supreme Court in the form of memo of the party is to be mentioned in the beginning of the memo itself. So memo of the party is always considered as the most important part, as no party should be ignored when they were already in the party in the court subordinate to the Supreme Court. That is, no one should be left unheard. Therefore, memo of the party must be cross-checked from the pleading. If anyone is left out or extra added, then it should be rectified. So then there is a question of law that is to be defined. I mean, why have you gone to the Supreme Court? There should be some question of law that is involved in the pleading. So the petitioner has to make a question of law to make an appeal against a judgment. These question of law should relate to the laws relevant to the general public as well. So then there are declaration clause. Then there is ground for the grant to the special appeal. You have to mention the ground as well and the grounds for interim relief. Then there is a prayer. What size of judgment do you want? I mean, what do you pray to the court or ask for the court? So no separate application for interim relief need to be filled. Interim relief layer is to be stated in the main petition itself. Then there is a certificate. A certificate by an advocate on record is issued on the instruction of the prayer petitioner, certifying that the SLP is limited only to the preceding order of the lower court and their fact documents and ground, and to the relevancy of the document attached. Then there is the format that is given in order 21 and 22 of the Supreme Court rule 2013, which deal with SLP, civil also, and also the criminal aspect. So the Supreme Court has also a preset format for filing of the SLP in for number 28. So these are some of the points that I wanted to talk about in SLP. Please guys, so remember, this video does not violate any guidelines of Bar Council of India and does not solicit or promote any of the advertisement. And the sole purpose of the video is educational. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more of this content in future. And I'll be coming up with the next video very soon. Thank you.